Hey guys, it's Annie here today with another unicorn cake recipe. You're going to begin by making the meringue. I'm cracking 8 eggs and then I'm going to bring them to soft peaks before I start adding my sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. After about 20 minutes on this little beater, I finally reached stiff peaks. I did a few different colors for this. For this particular batch, I colored my piping bag and dyed my meringue pink and just made dollops and swirls on my baking sheet. These all go into the oven at 250 degrees for about an hour. Try not to bake it for very long, especially when the color is pale like my white ones. Now I'm just forming my unicorn horn by forming fondant around a chopstick. I leave it to dry for a couple days and then I paint it with this mixture that I'm making with some sparkles, vodka, and some pink food coloring. Since it's vodka, it dries out pretty quickly, so I always just go over it a few more times to make sure that the color is quite dark and it's very sparkly. Now for the ears, I'm going to be using some white and pink fondant. I have gone through this step before with my reindeer cake, so if you're interested, you can go check that out. And then I'm using black fondant for my eyes. Again, the fondant I make myself using marshmallows and icing sugar, so check out my other video if you're interested. Now to assemble the cake, I'm using American buttercream. And I am layering the middle with a filling, and it's a pastry cream filling. It is very soft, so make sure your American buttercream is strong enough to actually hold this cake. I don't show it in the step, but as I got to the top layers, I was worried that it was going to get too heavy and collapse, so I actually used 3 bubble tea straws to hold my cake in place. I don't show it in here unfortunately, but that's what you can do for a peace of mind. After the final layer of cake is on, you're going to give this entire thing a crumb coat. It doesn't have to be very thick, it's just there to make sure that the crumb stays in that first layer of icing and doesn't get to the outside. And when you're done, you're going to just chill this in the fridge for a few minutes. I would say 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how cold your fridge is. And then you're going to apply the last layer of icing. Once the last layer of frosting is on, you can start decorating the cake. Now I am using meringues instead of piping the swirls directly onto the cake. I did play around with this idea because I thought it would be very fun and cute to decorate, and I thought it was another option for those of you who are not comfortable piping directly onto the cake. There is a chance that you might mess it up if you're piping directly, so meringues, at least you could take it off if you feel like you need to change things around, and it's not really going to mess up the overall look of your cake. I had a lot of fun decorating it. I was very happy with how my meringues turned out. I actually really love the colors. So I think if next time I was to do this again, I might still choose to go with this method. If you guys do decide to bake your meringues ahead of time like I did, I would suggest putting them in Ziploc bags just so that they don't absorb too much moisture in the air. After you're happy with how it looks, just stick on the eyes and you're done. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. And if you do have other suggestions for future videos, please let me know, and I'll see you next time.